Welcome to howtocookthat.net. I'm Ann Reardon, and last week we looked at beautiful chocolate cheesecakes. This week it's ugly monkey head cakes with cheesecake brains and raspberry sauce. I'm going to give you a quick 2-minute run through on how to make these. It would take way too long to film the whole process, so I'll just give you heads up on how to do it. They were for the launch of the Indiana Jones Blu-ray DVD set by Paramount. So first of all, I took a sweet potato and carved it into a brain shape. Then, using edible food gel, I took a cast of the brain shape, poured cheesecake mixture into the cast to make 4 cheesecake brains. And I've just coloured the cheesecake to make it flesh toned. Using bowls as a mould, I've made the base of the skulls out of white chocolate, and then using balloons as the mould for the top of the skulls, and then just use a knife to trim those down. I made my own bases out of thick cardboard and aluminium foil, then used ganache and chocolate cake to build up the shape of the face, putting the skulls in place and building the cake the whole way up. Next, mix up some white chocolate ganache and colour it to flesh tone and cover the whole thing using the back of a teaspoon indent where the eyes are. Then take some fondant and build it up in the areas where it needs to be further forward. Roll out thinly some grey fondant and place it over the top of the whole thing, including the top skull. Using your tools, indent and make all of the shapes and the details you need for the nose and the face, and put some black fondant in place for the eyes with a little strip of white. Then using black edible food colour, add your details and a little bit of pink on the nose and some yellow for those rotten looking teeth. The top of these skulls didn't need to be edible, so I used some fluffy string and put it in place. If you needed it to be edible, you could use pashmak or Iranian fairy floss. Next, I placed a thin layer of agar-agar over the eyes just to give them that little bit of glossy sheen to them. Put the cheesecake brains in place in the skulls, and then using fresh raspberries, I made up raspberry jelly and poured that over the top to give that gruesome blood-looking effect on top, and then fluffed up the hair, and there you have 4 Indiana Jones monkey heads looking very gruesome in my fridge there.
Eyeballs, delicious eyeballs.